Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. And you guys know, if you watch the channel, how much I love collecting novelizations and media tie-in. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So it's a book haul, but it is novelization and media tie-in related. I have a stack of 11 different books here to share with you guys today. So let's jump in. But before we do, if you have a quick second, please hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in to another media tie-in book haul. Alright, first on the docket today is part of the Indiana Jones prequel series, which I do have a handful in my collection, but this one is Indiana Jones and the Secret of the Sphinx, and this is written by Max McCoy. So if memory serves from when I was adding this to my collection, I believe this is actually like the 12th prequel before we get to the actual films themselves. And so it's the 12th book in this series. Now, I've not read any of these, and I've only seen the first Indiana Jones movie, but these are too cool to pass up. This was like $1.50 from my second in Charles, so that's why I grabbed it. Super cheap, so I figured, why not? I think I have like book number 1, maybe some random one in the middle, and now I have book 12. So I don't know that I need to read these in order at all, and I don't own them all, so I'd have to wait. But yeah, I'll collect them as I go, but I'm not trying to get all of them, because there's a surprising number of these. I think this is originally from 1999, but this is actually a 2008 reprint of it. So yeah, either way, I thought this was a cool ad. This is Indiana Jones and the Secret of the Sphinx, written by Max McCoy. So I'll stick with the media tie-ins here to start, and first up is a Buffy the Vampire Slayer book. This is book number 1. It's called The Harvest, and this one is written by Richie Tankersley Cusick, who is very well known if you are a point horror collector, because he wrote a ton of YA point horror books. But yeah, so Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a series that I have not sat down and watched from beginning to end, but I have seen so much of it because my wife has watched it over and over and over again over the years. And so I know the series relatively well just from that. And this one actually, so it says spine number 1 on the side there, but if you look at like on Goodreads, I think this is like more of a prequel to the actual series, which does kick off here with Halloween Reign. And this one is spine number 2. And this one is written by Christopher Golden and Nancy Holder. Again, very well-known names in the media tie-in world. And then that transitions over to spine number 3, which is Coyote Moon. This one is written by John Vornholt. And then finally, I grabbed spine number 4, and this one is Night of the Living Rerun by Arthur Byron Cover. That's the only name I don't recognize out of all of these. And so these are from season 1 of the series, and it just adds more lore to the Buffy the Vampire Slayer universe. They were super cheap, and they were all together at Second and Charles, and you guys know I am such a sucker when it comes to being able to grab multiple books in a series in one go. So that's why I grabbed all of these. Now, I do want to go back and watch Buffy from start to end, but it's going to be a while. My wife actually just finished another rewatching of it like days ago. And so I was watching a little bit then. I mean, it's a really fun show. I really like Joss Whedon. I think it's, well written for what it is, and I always have a good time with it when she watches it. So I thought these would be pretty cool to add to the collection. So I grabbed Buffy the Vampire Slayer from season 1, books 1 through 4 with the various authors here. So everything else in this video is going to be a novelization. That said, I do have one more Buffy book, and it is a thick boy. This one is Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chosen. And the author on this, I think, is hidden. Yeah, it's on the inside. I don't remember who wrote this one. But this is a novelization of the entirety of season 7 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is just really interesting to me. And yeah, it says it right there. And what's really cool about this, as I think it says somewhere on the back here, or maybe on the inside, I don't know, but this is based on like the original scripts that the author had access to. But of course, things change and things get cut out. And so I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of stuff in this novelization that was not included in the actual season 7, which is the final season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And you can see this does have some pictures on the inside, which is always really cool. So I just thought this was really good. Like a really cool ad. Again, it was like super cheap, $2 or something like that. So super thick. This one, let me see how many pages this is, just because it's very long. 672 pages. And this one is from, oh, I don't see a year on it here. Yeah, I'm missing the year, but yeah, it's got to be around the same time. Where is it? It's got to be June 2003 is when this is from. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm still not seeing the author. It just says based on the hit television show by Joss Whedon. So yeah, either way, I thought this was a good one and super thick, especially when you compare it to one of the other YA books. Like, very thick. But anyway, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chosen, a novelization of the 7th season of the TV series. I just thought about it, but this next one is actually also a TV series novelization. This is based on the 10-part sci-fi miniseries. This is Taken, and this one is written by Thomas Cook. So this is a show that I've actually not seen ever, but I believe, oh, you know what? No, I was actually mixing this one up. My wife watched the 4400, which I guess is a little bit different. This is a sci-fi story. I think it's going to be, involving aliens abducting people. And I guess it takes place over like 60 years and 3 generations. So it's going to be pretty sprawling, which I find interesting. And again, it's just another novelization for my collection. So pretty cool. I want to read this and then I want to check out the show to see if it's any good or not. But yeah, thought this was another cool one for the collection. Taken, written by Thomas Cook. This next one is just like the dumb things I love about novelizations. So this started off as, of course, a poem and then was converted into a screenplay by Roger Avery and Neil Gaiman, which is ridiculous. And then from that screenplay, Caitlin R. Kiernan went in and made a novelization out of it. Like, that is amazing to me. I love when dumb things like that happen. It's just so Inception-like. It's ridiculous. But yeah, this is really cool. This is another movie I have not seen, but I'm very interested in seeing it. And of course, I can't pass up that something that started off as like literature was turned into a movie and then again became literature. Like, that's just fascinating to me. I love when dumb things like this happen. So had to grab this one. This is Beowulf, written by Caitlin R. Kiernan, another very popular name amongst the media tie-in genre. Next up is another film that I've yet to see, but now reading about it, like, I have to see it. This is Titan AE, and the AE stands for After Earth. So I guess this takes place in like the 3000, it says I was born in 3023. And so it takes place after that. But this is written by Steve Perry and Dale Perry, or Dal Perry. I don't know. Steve Perry is a well-known name, but I don't know the other. But that said, this is pretty interesting because there's actually 2 other stories that were released on the same day as this novelization that are prequels to the film. You have Kale's story and Akima's story, and those are written by Rebecca Moesta and Kevin J. Anderson, who has written a ton of Star Wars books. And so I definitely want to track those down at some point. But like, this just sounds really interesting. It is, of course, takes place in the future. I'm just intrigued by it. So yeah, I'm very interested to see what this one is all about. Definitely want to check out this novelization at some point. This is Titan AE, written by Steve and Dale. I'm going to go with Dale Perry. You know what? Now that I say that, I think that would be S.D. Perry, and that's who wrote a ton of the like Predator books. And so I'm fairly certain that's the same person. Steve Perry and Dale Perry, probably S.D. Perry, forming as one name on the Predator book. So that just hit me as I was putting this one down. This next one, I really thought I already had it in my collection, but I'm really glad I checked because it turns out I own the prequel to this movie, but not the actual novelization. This is Pacific Rim Uprising. And I should make note, not Pacific Rim, the novelization, but there was another one in between Pacific Rim and Pacific Rim Uprising that was done in book form. Ascension, maybe? I don't know, I could be completely making that up. But either way, it doesn't matter. This one I do own now, which is the novelization, and this is written by Alex Irvine. it's like people that do novelizations, they just do all of them, because that's another very well-known name that I've said 1,000 times on this channel. So yeah, I've actually not even seen Uprising yet. I love the original, but I haven't watched the sequel, and I haven't heard the best things about it, but still, I want to check it out because I like the original so much. And I think I actually have this one on 4K over there, but of course I'm not, yeah, I do, right there. So yeah, I definitely got to check this one out at some point. This is Pacific Rim Uprising, written by Alex Irvine. Last but not least today is one that I actually found at my local, like, festival that we have here every year. I think I've done a video on this for the past 2 years because they have a table of books for really cheap. It's like you fill a plastic shopping bag full of books for $5. And this was one that I found in that stack, and maybe Titan AE also, but either way, so it was like, you know, pennies on the dollar, very cheap, and a really cool find, like the first book I came across while I was there. This is The Punisher, and this one is written by D.A. Stern. So this, of course, is a novelization of the original, well, not original, I guess, but like the mid-2000s Punisher from Marvel. And this is a movie that I think gets a lot of hate, but I don't mind this one at all. I really like it. Now, mind you, my favorite Punisher movie is still Warzone. I freaking love that movie, but I liked this one as well. So yeah, I was very happy to find this one, a really cool one for my superhero novelization collection, which always continues to grow. So yeah, a really cool find and a great way to end this video. This is The Punisher, written by D.A. Stern. All right, so a fun stack of media tie-in and novelizations there. Let me know down in the comments below, which of these books have you read, or what of the movies have you watched, or TV series, and what do you recommend? Is there something in here I said I haven't seen that I need to? Let me know what you guys recommend down in the comments below. I appreciate any and all comments down there, so thanks so much for that. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this one, please hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out, and like I always say, I don't just talk books, I talk all things media. Books, movies, video games, graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it, and if you are too, you might consider subscribing. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.